Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector75. Welcome to probably my first ever Converters review. I think these were made by Select Toys, might have been Milton Bradley, I cannot remember who exactly made these back in the 80s. But this is obviously, well, you may recognise it as obviously Omega Supreme, but this is the Converters, like black and red version. And Omega Supreme was never released in the UK, and I remember seeing this guy in the Argos catalogue way back, must have been around 1984, 1985, and I thought, wow, that's Omega Supreme, but he's a different colour, I really want to get him, and I never got the chance. I was a little boy and I didn't really have the money, no one was going to buy him for me, so I never saw him again until I think I bought this from a guy in Shepperton that I've spoke about numerous times. He had loads. I'm sure I got it off him. I can't think who else I would have got it off. Yeah, it must have been him. And so for a while, this was my Omega Supreme back, probably about 96, until, in fact, they did the reissue of Omega Supreme a few years ago. So then I used to have Autobot symbols on this, but now I put some Decepticon symbols, and this was like a Decepticon sort of version. If you remember the old cartoon, these guys were basically, I think it was like Guardian robots, so it was kind of cool. I liked it because there was quite a few of them, and you did get the e-hobby release of Gadep. That was supposed to be a Guardian robot in the proper colours that he was on the cartoon series, and I just thought, well, it just looks pretty cool as a Decepticon, these colours, so I did that. People who are into Converters might think, oh, how could you do that? But I've done it numerous times. If you look at my Valkyries that I've got, I'm going to review them soon. I did that to them. I put Decepticon signs on them because I think they just look better as Decepticons than Valkyries. But there we go. But I'm not really into Macross. My brother was, but I'm not. But anyway, back to this guy. So, being he is a rocket base in this mode, and it's a really good rocket base. Now obviously the tank which I just showed you just now, it is a really good looking tank. He's got these guns on the front, he has this swiveling gun on the thing, and it does rotate up and down, and you do get the sort of face, but it's just a clear bit of plastic with no eyes or nothing in there. Now you might notice these little stickers like crack marks that I put on him. I've done that. I don't know why exactly I've done that. I did it to differentiate him, to make him look war torn and everything like that. And I just think that actually looks pretty cool. He is yellowed quite a lot. There we go. That wasn't down to me. That was whoever owned it before me. Right. So I'll show you what he's like going around the track, providing he works. I had to file down the connectors just now. He is very loud. There he goes, you can see him going around. He does still work, right, and everything. I'm not going to leave him going too long because he's very noisy, but it is pretty damn cool, and you get the idea. Right, there we go, we're going to leave him like that. Actually, no, what we're going to do is just rotate that head around, ready for robot mode. So that's the tank part. I loved him in the old G1 comics. I know it was one of the American comics where he made his first appearance, but it was quite a cool one. I did like that. There was a few American comics that I did like. But this is the rocket, and he is a very cool looking rocket. Yeah, I love it. I think he looks great with that Decepticon insignia on him there. Yeah, there's not much else to say about it there, really. It is a rocket. Yeah. And obviously you get the other bit here, which is like the support bits for the rocket and stuff. Oh my god, I've just knocked him off. So he is kind of complete. The only bit I'm missing is one of these, which is the little red clip that he comes with. And that is it for this mode, really. There's nothing else to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to transform him. Now, the only bit that really transforms is this. The rest of it is like a jigsaw puzzle. It is just all parts, and you just have to rearrange them. So the only bit that you do transform is this bit. Now, you just rotate this up. Now, I did, back in the day, super glue a rub sign. I have no idea why I did that, because I thought he's not a genuine transformer anyway, but I did that. So there we go. That's the kind of things I did. So we fold these arms out, we'll extend them there, and we're just going to pull them out to the side, rotate them there, and extend out to the side. Now that is basically arms done. Now this guy is also broken. Now I can't remember which one it is, but you just pull on these tracks and extend them. It might be actually going from this to robot mode. Sorry, back to tank mode that is broken. Yeah, it is, yeah, because that one just is not going to force back in. there should be a little clip just here, and it's broken off. So what you have to do on this one is get like a needle screwdriver and just push. I don't know if it's going to shut too much. Just in that little where the red bit is, just in there. There's a little notch. You just have to push it down, and then it allows the leg to rotate back. As you can see, it's just on a push joint like that. You just push it down, and that just allows it to go back in. And that is it, really. And then you push this chest section up. Oh yeah, rotate that down. And he's got a nice big Decepticon insignia there. That's pretty damn cool. And that is it for his transformation. Now, the rest of this, like I just said, is all parts. We are going to take his rocket launcher bit. We're going to do this at the end. And these are going to become his arms and his leg. Well, both his arms or forearms. This is going to come his backpack. And then what we're going to do is, I'm never a big fan. We're going to have to start stripping all this track down. I remember when I first got this, actually. I had no idea how the hell all this track went together. I didn't realise that these bits were part of the track, which form half his legs. And I had no instructions. Back in them days, this was pre-internet, and you had no instructions and no pictures, so you just literally had to do it. Well, just mess about with it, really. Like I say, like a jigsaw puzzle. You just had to figure it out yourself. God, I long for those days again, pre-internet, eh? How did we survive without the internet now? So anyway, so you open this up, and these bits are, there's a couple of pegs in there, and there's a couple of ports just there. So these are going to fit just in there, and you can see why it's yellowed. It's obviously been left in robot mode with those bits attached. Where's the other one? You can differentiate them. I like using both of these. You can, if you want, just give him the high ones or whatever. You could do that if you want to differentiate him slightly from someone else. You can do that and then add all the other bits of track to him. Like you can add like these bits to give him really ridiculous bits of track. I'm not a big fan of that. I do prefer having these ones here. I think it just gives him a better look, and then you just clip it into place, and that is damn secure. I would love to get the Fans Toys Omega Supreme that's coming out, but I don't think I'm going to have the 500 quid that you will need to buy the bloody thing. Anyway, right, so that's his backpack. We're going to stick that over there. Now we come to these, and then we disconnect these. Right, so we're going to end up with 4 quarters, basically. You're going to disconnect these with that red clip off there. These are going to be on his feet. This one's going to come apart. Put those over there. We'll come back to those in a minute. We're going to stick right now with these bits. Now you have to match these up. There is probably an easy way of doing it, but that looks pretty kosher to me. As you can see, it all matches. Now I think once we've got a match, what we're going to do is I'm trying to remember how to do this. What have I done with the other bit of this? Right, so we're going to get this like this. Now then, I think we have to get our main robot body. And that is going to go in a specific way. You see here it's got an indentation, and that is going to match the track. And now in one of the little wheels you can see it's sort of like got an indentation there, and that will fit snugly into there. And then what we're going to do is get the other half and stick it on there, I'm hoping. It's got a couple of tabs. Oh, don't want to go in, does it? Going to stick that in there like that, and that gives us his foot. And then we're going to get the other bit. Again, we're going to go with this bit around here. That is going to slide just into there, like so. Oh, you can't actually see that on the camera. So anyway, so you get that one in there. And then this one is just going to slide into there. And it all should match up. Then, we just get a couple of these feet. It doesn't really matter. They're both pretty much identical as far as I can remember, and that is just going to slide into there, and into that one goes into there, and there we have the bottom half of Omega Supreme, or well, right, Omegatron. We're going to come back to these. We don't need these bits of thing, so let's get those out of the way because they're depressing me. Then we're going to come to, which is probably the most toughest bit. I remember when I first had this. This is what really flummoxed me, was trying to figure out how these legs actually attach. Now, you have to make sure you get, because there's one half that's an inside leg and one half that's an outside leg. So you have to, even though they may match up, you've got to make sure you get the right ones. These look right. So you're going to get one half that looks like that, another half which is open. Now, the open side should go on the inside. Now, what you have to do is you grab your figure and you stick that up there, and now you have to try and get this little hole just there and attach it into there, I believe. And it can be a finicky. Sometimes it just goes on just like that. A bit like old Tommy Cooper used to say. I'm sure this one goes on this leg. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while since I've done this. Can't really remember too well. But that goes on there. I'm sure it goes on because it needs to hold on. So we're going to get that on there and see what happens. No, that don't feel right. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe it's this. No, that can't be right. So it has to be this one. Like I say, it's been a while since I've done this. You think I might have transformed it first and noticed what I'm doing. Yes, it goes in there somehow, doesn't it? It definitely goes in there. I can't remember how to bloody do it now. Right, so there we go. So what I did was I just stopped it and had a finicky around. And yes, I found out, right, so if you come to this back edge around here, now you slide it on. And as you can see, there's, oh, if I can get it out of there, you can see there's a little groove just in there, like a little lip. And that is going to fit just over this bit around here. So you get it round, push it up into place, like so, and then just push it forward. And then that will hold it in place. I've really only just realised that probably after, I don't know how long I've had this now, over 20 years. And then you just clip this one in, and that's quite a nice solid feel. And then you get some of these little red clips. This one goes on this side. I can't remember how it goes on. Is it that way? No, I think it's this way. That just pushes down onto there, like so. And then you come to the back. Now he's got space for 2 clips on the back here. The big one is going to go down here. That fits onto there. And then the little one will just fit onto there. Well, unfortunately, I am missing one, so we're not going to be able to do that with the other foot. So we put him there. We're going to get the inside leg. Again, that just fits up into there. Push it until it's flush and you're happy. Just turn it around. Where's it go? That's it. It's because it's all weird, funny angles. You're not always. It looks like it should go in an angle which it actually shouldn't. So anyway, so then you get that, and then you attach everything. Make sure it all locks into position. Clip it together. Get your tabs. So we're going to put this big one there. I could buy one of these. I've seen them on the internet. I ain't paying 20 quid for it, so no way. But it will complete this figure. I think it's quite cool. Right, so then we get his tabs on, and there you have a Megatron even. I'll get it right eventually. And then you get these hands, well, not exactly hands, are they? And then you just rotate that forward and just take your pick. You can have either on either hand, so if I've got them around the wrong way, not much I can do there. It must go that way. There we go. And there is, oh yeah, I forgot on the backpack, you know, that's a bit silly of me. So anyway, this just comes around and hooks on, if I remember rightly. Probably done it wrong, but I'm sure it does come around. And I think actually I've got to have that undone. I can't remember now, it's been a while since I've done it. Let's take those off. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done this, and I thought I'd remember. So that goes, get it out of it. Well, there you go. In position now, it. Oh, these little bits are annoying, isn't they? Right, so you get that one in there. That one in there. That one both falling off. Don't you dare. There we go. And they're both in there. Right, there we go. And there is your completed Omegatron. Oh, bloody hell. Unfortunately, he does want to, they do, but they only in the originals do this. And there we go, and then you can hook the claw out. I think I did remedy mine. One of these was really loose, but I managed to fix it. It looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah. Probably is still a little bit finicky. And that's it. Now it does have a little gimmick in this mode. He will walk along. I can't remember where the bloody switch is. Right, here we go. Ready? There you go, he is doing it, so there we go. I would have loved to have got this for Christmas, tell you that now. That would have been absolutely brilliant. Let's raise that back, bloody up, there we go. I mean, this is a great G1 toy. I really did like it. Let me just angle my camera up ever so slightly. I can figure out how to bloody do it. Ugh. There we go. And he is just amazing. I think he just looks, he may be G1, he looks antiquated as hell, but he's still got that presence. He still looks fantastic. I love him, and you get a load of range of movement in these arms. You can raise them up and everything. I think he's just great. I love him. And would I sell him? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I'd love him. In fact, I'd like to get a couple more because I think he just looks fantastic. Right, okay. I believe is it Crazy Devi? Are they still going? I've looked on their website for absolutely years now. They did do a couple of upgrades for the original Omega Supreme, replacing these bits with giant ones, so he's a lot taller and everything. I can't remember, did they redo the claw as well? I just think that looked a bit silly because they didn't do any of the other bits, and I don't know, maybe that works, I don't know. I've never seen any videos on them, how it looks, and I just didn't want to spend the money out for something that I might not have liked, because there was a few of the bits that they did which I didn't like for example the Menasor head that they did was absolutely awful. I've sold that, long sold that now. It was absolutely awful. But some of the other bits, like the giant sword they did for Menasor, was brilliant, fitted in perfectly, and most of the bits they did for Devastator were great, but just some of them, about say 75% of them are good, the rest are questionable. Right, anyway, this has been Graham, the Collector 75 with Omegatron. I mean, even at the back, he looks impressive. I just think he looks great. You know, with the backpack, he's got thrusters, rocket thrusters on the back so he can fly. How good is that? You know, what a great toy this was. I would have, like I said before, I'd love to have got this guy. Brilliant. Anyway, right, this has been Graham, the Collector 75. I hope you like this review. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.